Hello again, vinyl community, Matt here, and just a quick sort of haul video. Got some vinyl, got a few CDs, you know, just kind of a catch-up video. So these are a combination of eBay, record store and thrift store finds. So let's start out with the CDs. These are, I think, all thrift store finds. Yeah, they were. So first up we have Ocean Color Scene, Mosley Shores. Classic mid-90s Britpop. The two most famous songs on here are the Riverboat song and The Day We Caught the Train. Those are both pretty big hits, especially The Day We Caught the Train was a big top 10 hit. Next up we have a band that I've seen around, and I'm going to be honest, I did not know them. I knew the name, but that was it. And that is Everything You Want by Vertical Horizon. Now, it turns out that the title track, I think, Everything You Want, was actually a US #1, but it didn't even make the top 40 in the UK, which probably explains why I'm not very familiar with them, you know. Growing up in England, you know, unless I'd heard them when I came to the US, but I don't remember hearing them. So, you know, it's American rock music, pretty typical of the 90s, you know, it's not bad. Next up, these were two finds that I was very pleased with. This was in a Savers thrift store. Death to the Pixies, 1987 to 91. It's a best of greatest hits compilation. Apparently a little bit rare because this is out of print. And it's also the 2-disc version, which is actually even rarer. So very pleased to find that. And then last of the CDs, we have the Verve, a Northern Soul. I used to love this album in the 90s. I had it when I was a teenager. I always loved the song History, but the whole album is good. So yeah, the Verve, and of course, I remember I got into them in the 90s because it was either one or both of the Gallagher brothers of Oasis praised the Verve and said how much of an influence they'd been on their music. So yeah. All right, now onto the vinyl. First two are going to be real quick because I have shown these already. Not as part of a haul video, but as part of a contest. But World Party Private Revolution. I bought it solely for the song Ship of Fools, which is kind of my new obsession. And then next up is Mirror Moves by Psychedelic Furs. I got this solely for The Ghost in You, which is one of my favorite new wave tracks of the 80s. And I love the cover too. It's just an awesome cover. Okay, next up, I think the rest of these are entirely 12-inch singles, but there's about, I don't know, about 10 of them, something like that. And these were from, I think these are all eBay. I'm just looking through them real quick. Oh no, I'm sorry. The last three were from a record store. Okay, we start out with Lina Fiagby. Got to get it right, and I never knew how to pronounce her name, so I'm probably going to get it wrong. I never knew if it was Fiagby, or I don't know. This song is from 1992. I always loved this song when I was a kid. Don't know why. It's really about. It's kind of like saving the planet. That's sort of what it's about. It's very, you know, environmental causes, that type of thing. UK pressing, I'm pretty sure this is a UK pressing. Yeah, it is. And you can usually tell because the sleeves will be a little bit different. Next up we have the KLF, Last Train to Trans Central. Classic early 90s house / dance music. I guess it's acid house technically. And yeah, always love this. This is a great track, 12-inch single. Let's see, it has, well, 3 mixes on it. The Iron Horse mix, Live from the Lost Continent, which is going to be the version I'm pretty sure that I'm familiar with, and the Moody Very Speed version, whatever that means. And next up we have another KLF 12-inch single, Justified and Ancient. I love the artwork on this. This is a reference to the ice cream van that's mentioned in the song, of course, famously featuring Tammy Wynette. This has, let's see, 4 mixes on it. We have All Bound for Moo Moo Land, Make Mine and 99, Stand by the Jams, and Let Them and Let Them Eat Ice Cream. Stand by the Jams will be the single release that most people are familiar with. Next up we have Robin Raz with Layla K, Got to Get. This is from 1990 or 89? 89. This is a great track. This is a really good track. Again, this is house music, pretty much. I don't know if this is a UK pressing. No, it's a US pressing. It has a New York address on it. This was part of an eBay lot. So, next up we have Judy Cheeks, Respect. Classic dance floor club song from the 90s. Mid-90s, I think, like 95 or something. Let me see. Yeah, 95. Next up, we switch gears a little bit. Still a 12-inch single, but we're moving on to a little bit of Canadian rock here. Glass Tiger. And Someday with Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. They were both hits for them. They're both extended versions. There's also a curious sounding dub version of Someday, which I'm very interested to have a listen to. It also has an extra track on here called Vanishing Tribe, which I'm not familiar with. So yeah, Glass Tiger. They're probably best known for their song My Town, which was a little kind of collaboration. Rod Stewart features on vocals and part of that as well. Next up, we're going to go back to the 90s. In this case, this is dance music, more or less. Rage, Run to You, right there. Yeah. I'm trying to see how many mixes it has on it. It looks like 3 mixes. The original version, Ease My Pain, which actually may not be a mix, and then an instrumental version of Run to You. And yeah, of course, Run to You, you might know it as being the Bryan Adams song, and this is indeed a cover of the Bryan Adams song. It's actually a really good track. It was a big hit in the UK. Next up we have, this is another UK pressing of Swamp Thing by The Grid. 94, I think this is. Pretty sure it is, yeah, 1994. Big hit in the UK. It got to number 2 or 3, I think. Again, British pressing. And this is another one, actually, that I quite like the artwork on. It's pretty cool, kind of like that. Next up we have kind of an all-time dance classic. Ream, Things Can Only Get Better. This had to be released 2 or 3 times before it finally made it big, but it was a number 1 in the UK in 1994. Famously or infamously, depending on your point of view, this was used as the Labour Party anthem in the 97 general election in the UK, the one where Tony Blair got elected. Yeah, I mean, this is, let's see, how many mixes do we have? 4 mixes of the same song. If you don't know it, there's a chance if you don't think you know it, there's a chance if you listen to it, you'll recognize it. Next up, it's actually my favorite Ream song, again, same artist, Shoot Me With Your Love. Always liked this song, and I love the artwork on it with the guy, he's holding a, it's actually a camera, one of the old sort of cine movie cameras, but he's holding it like a gun, you know, Shoot Me With Your Love. This is in better condition than I thought. This is only listed as being in VG condition for the cover. The record was listed in VG as VG Plus, but for me the cover is easily a VG Plus. It's comfortably a VG Plus, so that was a nice pleasant surprise. This was actually from Discogs. And again, we have 4 versions, 4 mixes of the same song. Next we have Santa Esmeralda, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. This was possibly best known as being featured in the movie Kill Bill. It's during one of the sword fight scenes, I believe. It's essentially a disco version of Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, which, well, to the best of my knowledge, was originally by the Animals. Somebody might correct me, but I know for sure the Animals did probably one of the most well-known versions of it. It's a really good song. It's actually, it's kind of cool. It's got sort of this Latin flair to it. It's a disco song. Okay, the last 3, these were all from a record store, from the Mad Platter. Some very interesting finds. Let's start with this one. This is one I passed up last time I was in there. And now that I look at it, I can see why. I didn't notice it. It's actually a hole through the record that somebody's covered up with a sticker. Well, sure, it'll probably still play okay. Blancmange, Living on the Ceiling, classic 80s track. Oh, it was only $2, so I guess there's a problem with it. I didn't pay very much. Yeah, it's funny. I remember I was in there with Gregory Short 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I saw it then, and I didn't get it because of that damn hole. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe I just looked at the one side, and I was like, oh. Anyway, I guess if it plays okay, I'm not too bothered by it. Now, this was interesting. It did cost me $7, which is quite a lot of money for a 12-inch single, but I've never seen this before. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Clearly a later release. This didn't come out, you know, in the mid-70s, or I don't remember what year Layla came out. Anyway, but it's backed with a live version of Wonderful Tonight. This actually was released in '82, this version of it. And it's trying to see what pressing this is. Is it British? Yeah, made in England. Yeah, I thought it was. Actually, when did Layla come out? Early 70s? Geez, I don't know. It must be, because Clapton's solo career was well underway by the mid-70s, so I'm kind of second-guessing myself. I'm thinking it's like 71 or 7, maybe even 70. Anyway, either way, $7 is pricey, but I don't have Layla on vinyl. I don't know if I have it on anything. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. I'm not gonna let that sit there. And then finally, this was a very pleasant surprise, particularly for the price. And I'm gonna butcher the guy's name here, so I apologize in advance. But Jean-Michel Jarre, Magnetic Fields, French pressing. It's only $2. It was in the $1.99 section. There's a little bit of damage to the top right here, some edge wear right there, but the rest of it's actually in very nice condition, and it looks like it's been marked down a couple of times. I don't know why nobody picked this up. You know, it's a little bit of a synthesizer classic. Original, nice original inner sleeve right here. Where is he? There he is. And this is on this beautiful French pressing. I was very pleased to find that for $2. You know, I probably wouldn't have paid 10 for it, but I would have paid 5 for it. To get it for $2 was just wonderful. And I love the computer graphics right here from back in the day. That's awesome. So yeah, I don't know the other tracks on here, to be honest. I just know Magnetic Fields. There are, maybe the whole thing is Magnetic Fields. I guess it is. It looks like it's split into 5 different parts. So clearly I don't know it well enough, but yeah, very excited to give that a spin. That's very cool. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks as always for watching. I still need to clean the records, so I haven't actually spun them yet, but once I've cleaned them, I'll be giving them a listen. So yeah, thanks guys as always for watching, and until next time, bye bye.